All right, so now let's move on and look at the examples of how to do the overview for a process example. And then we can go ahead and move forward with doing an overview for a process. So we already did the introduction here, right? We did 2 examples of the introduction for how to be able to do an introduction for a process. Now, when we're talking about an overview for a process, I think it's a good idea to look at the first part of the process and to look at, well, for the first part of the process, how many steps or how many stages do we have, right? And we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. And then for the bottom part, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages. So when I give a general overview for a process, I like to look at it and say, well, how many stages are in one part and how many stages are in the second part? Or if they have all the stages together, just break the stages in half and talk about, in the first half we can see 5 stages that include, and then in the second half we can see 5 stages that are included. But you talk about it in terms of the number of steps or the number of stages when you're giving a general overview of a process, okay? So you want to keep that in mind as you're doing it. Okay, so let's have a look here and see how we can go about doing it. All right. Life cycle of the silkworm. We're going to start right here. In general, comma, in general, comma, during the life cycle of the silkworm, we can see that there are 5. Is it 5? Let's go back and look. 4. I'm sorry. We can see there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stages. There are 4. It's a little bit more challenging to do it this way because normally, it's the IELTS is a paper test, and you can look at the graph right in front of you. 4 distinct stages from birth to adulthood. Right, so there's our first sentence. For the first part of the cycle, when it comes to the production of silk, right? Production of silk cloth, there are 5 parts. There are 5 required steps to completely create silk cloth. There we go. There's our general overview paragraph, right? There's our general overview paragraph. We talked about how many steps or stages are in the top part and how many steps or stages are in the bottom part. Okay? There's our graph right there. There's our process right there. And here is our general overview right here. During the life cycle of the silkworm, we can see that there are 4 distinct stages from birth to adulthood. Next, when it comes to the production of the silk, there are 5 required steps to completely create silk cloth, right? That's it. That's our general overview. Okay, we have our introduction, we have our general overview. All right, so we're doing you can see, it doesn't matter what type you have. We do the same process to get through it. Okay, same process, doesn't change. Same process. Let's keep going. We'll move on to another example.